Get the point? So the difference is that there should be a heart-to-heart talk first. Someone you can open up to. So you can be able to tell, this is my issue. This is what. So most time when I come back home, the first time my wife will gist me the things that happen around her work.
And that's where I was going to. Do you get bored when important issues are not discussed?
You don't have choice. Sometimes I don't have choice. I must listen. You must listen, no. Even if it doesn't make sense.
Is it only important issues that you discuss?
Not just important issues.
Or even the little things, the ones that are not important, they should still talk about them.
You must discuss it. That's human for you.
And the man have to listen.
You must discuss it. Because the more you refuse to give her listening ear, maybe when the things are not that important, what about when things are important, she will not discuss with you?
That's true.
So whether it makes sense or does not make sense, you have to listen. Even if you are sleeping, yes, I'm hearing you. Just be not in your head, but you must communicate.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Now, there's a point you mentioned where you said when you give an example that you call your wife at least 5 times in a day, and there was a day you didn't call her, and she have to call you back. I see a safety measure in that. When she didn't see your call, she know that something was wrong.
That's true.
That means some people that are married, they will not even know when something is wrong with their partner.
Yes.
Because there's no communication.
There's no communication. If I will cut in, I called my wife this morning after Mr. Danny called me for the show and said we have to meet. Of which, when I've checked I've already discussed that matter with my wife at yesterday. And I told her we'll be going on Tuesday. So when I called her this morning, I told her this show had been brought back today. She said, I thought this was tomorrow. I said, no, something had changed. You see the signal, because something has been discussed about it already. It's not something you just jump on the move, because your wife must know where you are going to. That's the number one person that must know you were about. But if anything happens, you'll be able to say, my husband told me he's going to this place.
And the wife should also do the same. So
she'll be able to know that she's going to checkmate you, but you should be aware of where her husband is going to.
Beautiful. So thank you so much, man of God. Is there another point you want to talk about that's related to this?
Well, if I would chip in this, when you are having unrealistic goal, what I mean by unrealistic goal is that when you are having a kind of an imagination you have created in your head that you cannot handle. That high standard. Yes. So if your husband cannot meet that high standard, there's a problem.
You think
it's a problem. So that kind of high standard level should be checkmate. Work with your husband according to his level, or work with your wife according to my wife will not expect me to come back today with a GLOK vehicle where he knows my level. If I brought it to him, you ask me, where did you get it from? Get the point?
Yes.
So I'm not saying that thinking ahead or good about the home is bad, but you should be able to set a standard based on where you are. Gradually, you can get to that place. So that I don't have hypertension and die before your time because you want to satisfy your wife happiness by going extra mile. Because a lot of men are doing that because their wife have set a standard for them, and they see that if I can't meet it up to that, I can't go home. For example, now maybe a wheelbarrow married a woman married to marry a wheelbarrow pusher, and you are giving your wheelbarrow husband a condition that if you are coming, we must buy 5,000 and barbecue. Well, you know how much they push wheelbarrow in the market, like 300. So all the money should be gathered and buy barbecue for you. You see the house, my friend, they used to eat it. The husband used to buy every day for them. It's not the same everywhere. Even the one that have an abundance should also have a balanced standard so that the home will not break.
So they should deal with unrealistic expectations.
Yes.
And what do you think influences these unrealistic expectations?
My brother. Social media is our problem. I will not lie to you. There was something my wife did some few days ago. I bought a pap to tell you how social media is. That's why I'm very careful when I'm washing. I bought a pap and I discovered that the pap was inside the nylon. Normally before, she would remove the pap from the nylon and put it inside the water. You know how they do it. This time around, the pap was inside the nylon. And she poured water inside the container and put it in. And when I walk into the car, I say, what is it? He said, the pap. And I said, you didn't remove the pap from inside the nylon. He said, I said, you are washing from social media. I know where she's coming from. She just burst into a laugh. I said, my friend, we remove this thing. I get to my point. Because most time what they show on social media is not the real thing.
That's true.
It's a package affair, package life. So I don't trust everything I see on social media. I know the one I think. I know. So social media is a major problem. And as more they are brought out good, but they are doing more damage than good. So we have to be careful. So but that's a major problem.
On unrealistic expectations, newly wedded couples should watch out for it. They should cut down on it.
Yes. Yes. They should be able to.
Oh, that's a good one. I heard a story. A guy shared a story. He was inside a vehicle, and the vehicle he was, there's a car behind them. No, the vehicle he was trying every means possible to overtake a car in front of them.
Okay.
Did everything possible to do the overtaking. As at the point their car wants to overtake the other car branched into another lane and drove off. Now the guy said that taught him a lesson of his life. Why are you in a competition with somebody that is not going in your direction? You know, so I believe this one you said, this unrealistic expectation is what couples should really watch out for, because you are trying to meet up a standard with somebody that is not in the same process with you.
Yeah.
You're trying to overtake somebody that is not going in your direction. I think that point is a very powerful one. If you have an advice for those who are not married and they are preparing, what is that one thing that you are going to advise?
Number one, I would love them to have a proper discussion of what their dreams life and their future life want to look like. Because I've come to discover that there's a point in someone's life, decision is stronger than prayer. There's a point you get to your life, you discover that decision is stronger than prayer. Prayer is very powerful, but God cannot work without your decision. So there should be a proper discussion at their courtship level. They should be able to know their in and their out, their weaknesses and their strength. Because many people pretend in courtship, and by the time they enter marriage, they begin to see something else. So one advice I will give to every intending couples or those that want to get is that they must have a proper discussion. They must have a proper counseling. Then I think why that is going on, they should let me know the word test your partner. But I think that is also very important, so that you'll be able to know what he or she, because there are a lot of men that have this kind of anger issue, that they'll be pretending at the courtship level. By the time you enter home, you are seeing a lion. Likewise, the women, by the time you enter, you see a lioness. It's how it goes. So I think they should have a proper discussion. Let them have a proper counseling.
Yeah, I was actually going there because there is a common saying around that the first few years, first 2-3 years in marriage is always shaking.
Yes.
You know, and that's where people try to find balance and a whole lot of things. What do you think some of the factors that causes those first few years in marriage to be shaking before they actually find a balance? What do you think are some of those factors?
When I was actually preparing for marriage, this same mentor told me the same thing. I said that the first 10 years of your life at your level now will be very tough, because the things you are supposed to have gotten, like maybe having your own house, have your own cars, have your own enterprise, and different things, you don't have it. There's going to be a fight. Now, one thing I want to advise on that note is that they should be patient enough to endure the process. Because if you check young marriages now, no one has last more than 10 years. There are some marriages that I know now, they have not last more than 10 years. Some just within a year, some are 6 months. What happened? So if you can pass the first 10 years stage of your life, your marriage, that means you are good to go. Any other thing that happen after that is your own decision. You get the point? I was told. So that statement rings in my ear every day. By God grace, this year's September, I'll be 8 years in marriage. Wow. So I have 2 years to go to cross that lane. My daddy says you should be able to tell you the period of his 10 years and after 10 years. Now, if you can cross the first 10 years, you see the progress. That if you can wait patiently to cross the first 10 years of your life, that means you can break through after 10 years. Wow. You can break through. So I think one or two major points I want to bring out here is that they should be patient enough to endure the process. And two, they should be prayerful enough. Because as far as Christian marriage is concerned, you can't do without prayer. And God must come first in everything you do.
Wow. Thank you so much,
you so
Pastor.
much.
Thank you. God bless you. Thank you so much. Um, One word for our viewers out there.
Well, fans out there, I know you have heard everything we have discussed this evening. I want to encourage you to make the right choice, because the choice you make today determine how far you go in life tomorrow. Make the right choice and make sure you surrender your life to Jesus, because he's the only one that can anchor your life in a proper direction. And with that, you are good to go.
Thank you so much. Thank you
so
for
much.
joining us today. God bless you. All right, we've had a very beautiful section. This is so enlightening. Our advisor, you watch this over and over again and still watch out for other episodes, because it's getting better and better. Next week, we're also bringing in somebody powerful to enlighten us, to be part of this section with us. Please stay on this channel, stay on this page every now and then. You see that in the midst of all the up and down, the end statement is that love is a beautiful thing and marriage is a beautiful thing. Hope to see you on next episode. My name remains Mr. Peter Ichero. God bless you.